Good afternoon, everyone. I am Shashank Puntamkar from CDEC, Pune. I am along with Mr. T. Hussain of National Archive of India and my colleague Ankit Sharma, who is going to give this presentation on ongoing development of digital repository infrastructure for National Archive of India. As a part of our project Center of Excellence for Digital Preservation, we are going to set up a digital repository for National Archive of India. At present, this project is on ongoing stage, and soon we will achieve many new dimension in this project. National Archive of India is India's nodal agency for record keeping. And for that, Mr. T. Hussain from National Archive of India is with us. I am requesting Mr. Hussain to give information about their organization and their record keeping.
Chairman, Madam, thank you, Shashank. I have a strong urge to address you as E-ladies and E-gentlemen, because for the last whole of yesterday and good part of today, we have been talking about digitization, electronic records, and we have been virtually migrated into an E-mode. And so I think it will be fitness of things if I address you as ladies, E-ladies and E-gentlemen. This is, and at the same time, I feel a little bit out of place because I am a very traditional archivist who has worked in National Archives of India for about almost 2 decades or more. And it is only about maybe a decade or so that maybe the pace picked up only about in the last 5 years, so that we have moved into the digital kind of a scenario. Otherwise, T. Hussain or my colleagues, quite a few of them are sitting here. We have been very happy providing records, and I'll give you the content of the records, the sheer volume of records to the scholars. And as we discuss things here, I can imagine a lot of scholars, Indian and foreign, sitting in our research room about 5 kilometers away from here in National Archives, and going through those, old records, maybe 100, 200, 300 years old, and they're very happy doing about it. But scenario has changed. We have to move into a E-mode kind of a situation. So I'll just give you a brief about the National Archives, and then this is the repository, national repository of all the non-current records of Government of India, which are of permanent nature, you see. And these record holdings go back into the many years. I mean, almost our regular series starts from 1748. That's about just about when the British started taking things into their hands. 1748. That's a regular series. But our old records, we have a stray series of records that are even older than that. And just for your kind information, that oldest record that we have a collection is called the Gilgit manuscripts from the Pak-occupied Kashmir, and that dates back to about 5th and 6th centuries. Okay. So, and our volume of records that run into about 50 linear kilometers of cell space. That is to say, if you put one file after another, it will run into about 50 kilometers. Okay, and that's what we have been our treasure till now. The types of records which we can refer to is the public records. Mainly, National Archives is handling all the government records which are of permanent nature, of historical nature, and which are kind of, we call it public records. Besides that, we have Oriental records, we have manuscripts, and the private collections. And just for your kind information, that we have a private collection of Mahatma Gandhi eminent persons from India and abroad, and also the latest collection that we have had is from the Gandhi Kallenbach papers. Some of you must have heard about this news item. As I said, public records, nearly 5 million records, and containing roughly about 100 million pages. Besides, we have cartographic material, the maps, you have bills assented by the President of India, we have treaties, we have rare manuscripts, we have private collections, we have microfilms, that is about 43,000 negative and positive, containing about 4.9 million pages. We have microfiche and some digital images, not some, about 40 lakh digital images in TIFF and PDF format. And that's about, I don't know, out of 100 million pages, we just got about 40 lakh pages that have been digitized in the last 10 years or so. We have a good Oriental collection of 1.5 lakh comprising of manuscripts, and a good library collection consisting of gazettes, gazetteers, rare books, etc. Now, Archives, National Archives is also the nodal agency for the implementation of the Public Record Act 1993 and Public Record Rules 1997. And as you know, all national archives across the world, they are governed and they are implementing some kind of public records for the management, for the administration, for preservation of public records. And these Public Records Act and rules mandates the particular government, particular archives, national archives, to lay down norms, standards relating to accessioning, regarding retention schedule, regarding transfer of records, etc., etc. And in the section 2 of the Public Records, we have the definition of public records, in which if you go to the 4th point, is any other material produced by a computer or any other device. That means electronic records, born digital or burned digital, both records would get covered under the definition of public records. So, this is about the definition of public records. Now, Department of Administrative Reforms and Public Grievances, which is the nodal ministry of the Government of India for the office reforms, has, as a part of implementation of the e-office mission mode project of National E-Governance Plan, has prepared the first edition of the Central Secretariat Manual of E-Office Procedure. In short, e-manual. So accordingly, there will be only 2 categories of records. Now, in the paper mode, in a physical form, we have there are categorization A, B, C categories, A permanent, B permanent, and again A records are to be microfilmed, whereas B records are not to be microfilmed. C has a limited lifespan of 10 years. In the case of electronic records, we are having 2 categories. That's been defined very recently, as recently as 2012. Category 1, permanent, keep it for 20 years. Category 2, permanent, non-permanent, keep it for less than 20 years. And after 10 years, these records are expected to be transferred to National Archives. And as Dr. Khatri was mentioning yesterday, the records which have been born digital or digitized in various ministries, departments about 10 years back, they are now ripe or fit to be transferred to National Archives. So, so that is the situation at present. Under the e-office implementation across the ministries, departments of Government of India, National Archives has carried out a survey. Like, since we are talking about transferring records of national importance or historical importance to National Archives on e-records, so we had to carry out a survey across all ministries and departments, and we have got very varied kind of information. Some ministries have actually said that we don't have any e-records or digital records, And as I'll again refer to Dr. Khatri, he says that when we talk about transferring of records, they would only think about the physical records, that e-records don't exist. So many ministries have said that they don't have e-records, or they have just started, or they are in the process of getting the idea of e-records management. So at this juncture, there's a need for technological infrastructure competence to handle digital records, and here there's an important entry point of CDAC, which is a very professional organizations, and so we are facing, No, I think, okay. So he'll come back again. So we are facing a very, in a kind of a dual challenge to digitize the records which are already existing about, as I said, about how much did I say? About the figure, the millions of pages, and also the born digital. So these records are to be transferred, and for that we have got into an agreement, MOU with CDAC Pune, and how they are going to do it, the modus operandi there, I think Mr. Shashank will elaborate on it. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thanks, Mr. Hussain, for your inputs. Um, In order to enable National Archive India to handle the electronic record, we have taken various measures for handling this activity. We have done the workflow setup to handle these electronic records. We have provided digital preservation software tools, about which my colleague Mr. Ankit Sharma is going to talk, and we have done the pilot digital repository hardware setup at National Archive of India. Here you can see the glimpse of the workflow setup which we have done at the National Archive of India. A typical microfilm scanner is there which digitizes the microfilm data, and it is stored into the optical media. From this optical media, the data is get transferred to the central location, and through this software, Datantar software, it get reformatted and given to the Abhilekh Digitale software, which is which is used for the preservation purpose. I request my colleague Ankit Sharma to give the information about the tools which we have deployed at the National Archive of India.
Hello. So we'll go one by one. First one is Abhilekh Digitale system. This system is fully compliant with OAIS reference model. It supports multiple roles like repository administrator, director, archivist, SIP creators, and scholar. Each user has its own rights and privileges. It is featured with biometric authentication for the security. So it supports multiple policies like through which we are validating the submission information packages. Then it supports collaborative framework through which collaborative framework is used to enriching the cataloging metadata of the records. So it's using Dublin Core for the XML conversion of the cataloging metadata of the records. So it's providing the preview of the metadata along with the contents of the records. So once the collaborative framework is over, we need to convert the submission information package to the archival information packages through the ingest process. So once we'll get the AIPs, so there is a digital archival register which is having all the AIPs. Now through this archival register, we can digitally sign the AIPs for checking the authenticity, integrity, and non-repudiations of the record. We are having the right, like you can publish or unpublish the records through this digital archival register. You can configure the integrity check of the records. Multiple features also it supports like user-wide dashboards, printable reports, activity logs, and so on. So those records that has been archived through this Abhilekh Digitale system has to be made available for public access. So we developed one tool for this that is Digital Repository Search Portal. So it's having multiple users, like it might be guest user, registered users, or might be subscriber. So here for the searching purpose, we are using auto indexing of the keywords. So searching will be very fast and it will come for the suggestions by searching. It means you have to type few words and automatically things will come. There is no need to type the whole word. And after searching, you will get the preview of the records along with the cataloging metadata. So controlled access we are having based on the user rights. Like if you are a guest user, so you can only see the brief summary of the records, not the whole cataloging metadata. Like print enabled disabled features are there. You can download the PDF or you can download the GPGs, or it might not be possible if you are not having the privileges. So as you know, as Mr. T. Hussain has explained, hundreds of ministries and departments under the government of India are maintaining their records by themselves. So those records need to be transferred to National Archives of India for preservation. So right now it's happening offline. So for this, to make it online, we developed one tool that is online public record portal. So through which you can just transfer the records, means particulars of the records. One moment, ma'am. Okay. You can transfer the records. It's covering all the forms that is specified in the Public Record Rules 1997, that is intimation details, transfer list, destruction list, half-yearly reports. One survey form we have included here. I wish to get the particular of the records, like in which format it is stored, what the size of it, what is the format type of it, like it's bone digital or bone digital. That's it. Thank you. Thank you, Mr.
Just to my final few slides are there. So these tools we have deployed on this repository hardware. For that we have made a pilot setup of this repository at National Archive. You can see in this slide two parts. One part of setup is with National Archive of India, and another part is with CDEC, where we are hosting this public accessible software like search portal and the digital preservation planner and estimation tools. This tool we are going to this tool is going to display the record retention rule, as well as it enables the record officer to know about the data size and collection which is in their possession. Once using this tool, record officer comes to know about the size of the data can be transferred to the National Archive by using either offline method or online methods. So these are the some methods like optical media, hard disk, tape, which can be used for as offline methods, and there are various challenges and issues are involved once we need to transfer data through this online method. We are working on this as a tool, working on these aspects, and we will soon have a certain solution for this. Thanks for it.